Hello, Mr. Primojam. Genshin 5.2 update have finally dropped. With that, a lot of new quests have also dropped, which means a lot of new lore is also here. This video, we're gonna talk about all the lore we got in 5.2. So let's talk about the big thing. I'm not gonna edge you. The biggest reveal we got in 5.2 update, we got to meet Pyro Sovereign. He's actually called Dragon Sage. We can tell it's Pyro Sovereign because he calls Archon weak. He talks about a battle fighting in sky and everything. So obviously, a Sovereign can call an Archon weak. So let's start from point 0. As you will do the main world quest of 5.2, the main world quest takes place in Ochkan Natlan. The reason it's called Ochkan Natlan because the ruler who ruled over this city hundreds of years ago, his name was Ochkan. That's why Ochkan's Natlan, Ochkan Natlan. So now Ochkan, according to the story, is a very tyrant ruler. The whole point of the quest is you and another girl with you, both of you trying to find Zade of Return. Now Zade of Return is this very powerful item which can help with Abyss invasion, the Abyss problem Natlan is having. And as you're trying to find this Zade of Return item, there's a dragon who keeps trying to attack you, and you also meet a pet, and the pet helps you with taking down the dragon. Now for some time the dragon leaves you alone. At the end of the questline you realize there is no such thing as Zade of Return. Instead you find a golden entreaty. If you don't know what golden entreaty is, you can see one of these on the screen. We don't know what's the use of it, but according to the quest so far, you need to collect 2 golden entreaty to cure your Saurian companion. You know the little guy, little Teptelesaurus you have? He has a disease and you need 2 golden entreaty to heal him. Now you got both. You got one in 5.0, you got one in this quest, and now you can go to the volcano. The volcano is not in the game, it will come out in 5.3. But like I said, as you find the golden entreaty, the dragon attacks you again and he runs away with golden entreaty. Then you chase him and take him down, and then the dragon reveals his personality. And not just dragon, your new pet too. They both reveal their personality. The both pet and dragon, they are actually Ochkan. Ochkan divided himself in 2 parts. That's why the pet and dragon, they both are Ochkan. Then Ochkan tells his own story. How Ochkan was the ruler of Natlan. He actually loved humans and hated dragons. Also, Ochkan talks about some person behind the screen manipulating the strings. I think it's Pyro Sovereign because every time you do a world quest, you can see those colorful words on your screen, right? Chosen of dragon, do this, do that. Those are Pyro Sovereign. We know that for a fact. So I think the person which Ochkan was talking about, who's manipulating everything, I think that's Pyro Sovereign. This is the reason I think golden entreaty have some different use, because Ochkan didn't wanted golden entreaty to be taken away. Ochkan doesn't want golden entreaty to be used for some reason, but obviously Pyro Sovereign wanted it. That's why Pyro Sovereign has been guiding you in every quest. So I wonder what's the real use of golden entreaty is. Before dying, Ochkan lets us go through his memory one last time in hope that we find something useful, some useful information. Then we finally meet Pyro Sovereign for the first time, and by we I mean your Saurian companion, but you are talking to Pyro Sovereign through your Saurian companion. So first of all, first impression of Pyro Sovereign, very egoistic. Dude is very egoistic. He talks about how he's very strong, how dragons are such a superior race, they're so strong compared to human, how like Archons are nothing compared to the battle he fought. Like he's very egoistic. Fucking Heavenly Principle might be more humble compared to him. He talks about how dragons are so superior, but still humans have took over all of Teviath, and dragons basically have zero influence over Teviath right now. Like humans are ruling everywhere. Every nation, humans are dominant. That's also the reason which humans impressed Pyro Sovereigns, like how these weak creatures took over everything. And that's why Pyro Sovereign made Ochkan a hybrid dragon who was half dragon and half human, in hopes that Ochkan will become the strongest sovereign, strongest dragon of all time, because again he wanted Ochkan to learn from humans, but Ochkan betrayed him because Ochkan was half human. He cared about humanity more than anyone. Ochkan hated dragons and only cared about humanity. So Ochkan betrayed dragons. He killed a lot of dragons, he sealed a lot of dragons, and he didn't become the strongest sovereign which Pyro Sovereign wanted him to become. You can actually find a note of Ochkan in which he talks about anything mightier than humanity should perish, like anything which is stronger than humanity shouldn't exist. So you can see how much Ochkan cared about humans and hated dragons. You can actually meet one of the dragon lords who was sealed by Ochkan, and you can actually free him for his death. Like the dragon lord didn't want you to die while being imprisoned, so you free him and he dies. Also, I'm pretty confused about what's the opinion of Pyro Sovereign on humans, because at the same time he hates humans for how these weak creatures took over everything, but at the same time he's impressed by humans. So I don't really Honestly, no. Anyway, the quest end again. Let me just give you a recap. We search for a Zade of Return. There's no Zade of Return. We find a golden entreaty. Dragon attacks us. We realize Dragon is Ochkan. Ochkan was a hybrid dragon made by Pyro Sovereign to become the strongest Sovereign, but Ochkan betrayed the dragons in order to save humanity, and that's it. I guess we will have to wait until 5.3 when Volcano finally comes out and we can see the end of this world quest to see what Pyro Sovereign is actually planning. I don't think we will fight him because again it's a fucking Sovereign. I don't think we can defeat a Sovereign. My theory is Pyro Sovereign want our Saurian companion to become the new Dragon Sovereign. Maybe that's why he's calling the Golden Entreaty, and that's why Ochkan was against using Golden Entreaty, because again Ochkan hated dragons. He doesn't want a Dragon Sovereign to rise to power, but at the same time Pyro Sovereign does want a Dragon Sovereign to rise to power. That's why he wants Golden Entreaty and your Saurian companion. The last dialogue we hear from Pyro Sovereign, he talks to your Saurian companion about how he will have to decide. That was it for the world quest. In the Arkham quest, much thing didn't happen. You can only meet Capitano. He reveals her face to you. We don't see it. Only main character and Paimon sees it. And your ancient name is about to be completed. That's the only thing. The biggest lore we got to meet Pyro Sovereign, and that he wanted to make a stronger Sovereign, but he got betrayed. This was the big lore we got in 5.2. Pretty interesting lore. I was very hyped to meet Pyro Sovereign. His personality is still pretty like I don't really understand him. Yeah, I don't. We have to talk to him more. But yeah, if I do more quests and find some new lore, obviously I will comment under this video. And till then, yeah, see ya.